Good morning, collective. How is everyone doing? I thought we could pull out a few cards and see what the universe has to say today. I don't know if you guys have been feeling the full moon energy yet. I know I have. It might be too soon, especially if you don't have too much water in your chart. But if you do, drop me a comment. Let me know what you feel. What intentions did you set during the new moon on the 10th? Because if you did set a few, they will come to culmination on the 23rd. It's gonna be an intense full moon. Serendipity. Okay. So as always, I'm going to pull out some tarot first and then see how the oracle card ties in with everything. I really need to get a new platform to work on. Anyway, let's see. Hierophant. I swear I've been getting major arcanas all day today. I've been doing readings for people, and even in 3-card spreads, like every single card would be a major arcana. I don't know what's up with the energies. The Chiron retrograde has really been affecting me and a lot of people I know. I mean, considering it's such a tiny, it's not even a planet. Queen of Wands. It's not even a planet, to be honest. It's an asteroid or a comet. It's categorized as a minor planet, but being in retrograde in the first sign of the zodiac in Aries, it's pretty powerful. Lots of old wounds coming up. Page of Swords. Interesting. Okay. You know what's weird? I just realized last video, the Hierophant was our superstar. Do you remember? I don't know if you saw the last video. If you haven't, go watch it. But okay, let's see. So serendipity. Karma, fate, destiny. Okay, sarasara. Things that happened were meant to happen. Divine timing. That's what serendipity is. Has anything happened around you that you thought was fate? You didn't see it coming and showed up on your doorstep, and when it did, you realized it was meant to be? If it did, drop me a comment, let me know. But that is the theme of this reading. So far, the Hierophant is talking about traditionalism and structure, and it's talking about rules, and of course spirituality, my favorite word. Then we have the Queen of Wands. She is very passionate. She can be a little bit selfish, but I love her. I prefer her to the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is too watery, even for me. I mean, I'm a Cancer sun and a Pisces moon, so she's too watery for me. The Queen of Wands is very passionate. She's very creative and she loves to have fun. But she always looks out for herself before anybody else, which I love about her, because that is something we all need to be doing. Put on your oxygen mask before anybody else, right? Then we have the Page of Swords. When did we get this? We got this in one of the pick a card readings, I think. Page of Swords is, in modern times, I don't think in 15th century Italy they would call the Page of Swords the card of the stalker. But over time, it has come to represent very stalkerish behavior. It is somebody who's very curious. Okay, let's just put it politely. It's somebody who is very curious and wants to gain as much information as they can. It's a very immature energy, but it's not manipulative in any way, you know. It's just like a very curious, childish, oh, I want to know more, I want to know more kind of energy. Okay, I want to see how I'm drinking coffee with you guys, so pardon the mug, but I want to clarify these because I still don't have a storyline in my mind. So let's clarify the Hierophant. Yikes. Ten of Swords. Okay, I can see it developing. Pardon the shake of the table. Queen of Wands, Five of Pentacles. As great as our major cards were, the clarifiers are just as dark. What is going on with you guys? Okay, this is so perfect. The universe is like, you wanted a story, I'm giving you one. Okay, but what I see here is 3 different storylines, because I don't want to like force myself to tie them all together, because they're not tying in together. But the 10 of Wands is the ultimate form of pain. It is the most painful situation you can find yourself in. It's so painful that it even hurts physically because you're emotionally so traumatized. Okay, heavy card, I know, but it's really interesting because from personal experience, when you go through this kind of pain, what do? You either, you spend a while sulking, crying, dealing with that pain however best you can, right? You could, spend time binge eating or binge Netflixing or whatever it may be, or just sleeping in. But eventually, once that pain kind of lessens a little bit, a lot of people start looking towards a higher power. I hate to be repetitive, but I'm getting what I'm getting, okay? The Hierophant does talk about commitment also, like a high level commitment. It talks about marriage. Sip of coffee, hang on. It talks about marriage as well, but I don't see it here. I don't see a commitment showing up yet. So what I was saying was, what happens when you go through that kind of pain, you start relying upon a different source of power to heal that pain, and you try and understand why you went through what you went through. Okay, some people could become more religious. They could turn to God and say, okay, you know what, you've put me through hell, how are you going to get me out of it? Why did you put me through that? Right? Some people could get into yoga, some people get into Reiki, some people get into spirituality as a whole. I went through a very difficult patch, and that led me to trying to understand what life was all about. We get so involved in mundane, everyday activities. For me, it was feeding the dogs, making sure I had all my medicines in order, making sure I had all my lenses, making sure the laundry was done, and But then there comes a time when you have to stop and ask yourself, why are we being put through such harsh lessons? What is the point? After everything you've been through, you ask God or the universe, haven't you taught me enough? So once that faith starts dissolving, you start wanting to ascend even higher. I want answers. Why did this happen to me? And when you start asking those questions, what are you doing? You are ascending. You are getting away from those mundane activities and trying to grow as a human being. Your soul is trying to grow. So the Ten of Swords clarifying the Hierophant for me is pretty perfect, because what comes after this kind of pain? Immediately you don't heal. You need that medium to heal. And for me, and for a lot of people, spirituality, whatever form it takes, is one of the best mediums to adopt. Okay, I don't know if anybody has been going through this. I'm sure a lot of you may have been going through this, because it's been a year of eclipses, and those eclipses have been brutal. They have been absolutely brutal. I'm sure a lot of people don't even realize when there's an eclipse most of the time, but this time I think a lot of people have been researching about these eclipses because they've really been affected by them. And also the lunations, the new moons and the full moons going on, they're happening in certain parts of the sky that you can feel them. You can feel those lunations. They're not just random planetary events anymore. Anyway, let's move on to the second story that we have, which is the Queen of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. Someone may have, it's a very generic meaning of this card. The Five of Pentacles is, it talks about being left out in the cold. Now that I think about it, these could be connected. Anyway, let's see how it all ties in. So the Five of Pentacles is this couple, all right? I don't know if they're a couple, but anyway, they're hurt, battered, bruised, poor. And the traditional meaning of the card is being left out in the cold. But they're not being left out. There's a church right there. The church is never going to deny them entry. But they're choosing to stay out in the cold. So someone put them there. But even though there is help, they're not taking it. So it's a very, you know that saying, God helps those who help themselves? They just need to walk in. How is he going to help them if they don't want to like even just open a door, right? So it's, for me, it's not a painful card. You know, a lot of people look at this card as, oh, you know, someone left you out in the cold. No, I think of this as a very stupid, very foolish card. You have help. Why don't you take it? Right? Then we have the Queen of Wands. This is clarifying the Queen of Wands. So it is possible that you may have done this to someone, because the protagonist energy here is very powerful. There's nothing meek about her. This meekness and this kind of, oh, poor me, woe is me situation does not apply to the Queen of Wands. She's too strong. So if this is you and you've done this to somebody, I'm sure you have your reasons. Okay, I'm not here to judge. I've done it a few times. If something is not serving you, it goes out the door, out the window, right? I get it. But karma. Okay, I don't want to say the B word, but karma is and then you die. So if you have done this to somebody, you need to make up for it. Whether it's an ex or a friend or a family member, you might not want them in your life anymore, but make sure that your conscience is clear. You don't want anybody to hold any negativity or anything towards you. Don't leave a bad taste in anyone's mouth. At the same time, if someone has done this to you, please don't be foolish. This probably does tie in together when you think about it. In a lot of decks, the Hierophant is also called the Pope. Okay? So it doesn't matter what religion you believe in. Or even if you are an atheist, it really doesn't matter. I'm talking about spirituality as a whole. Don't be foolish. There is help. Take it. Ascend. Don't get stuck in the mundane, in the tangible. This is the Five of Pentacles. It is not a major arcana. This is not what the universe wants for you. I explained in my previous video. Major arcanas are what the universe wants to orchestrate. This is what the universe wants for you, not this. This is what you are doing to yourself. And you can change it. You just need to shift your approach. Fine, you were hurt. Okay? What are you going to do about it? Going to walk around and say, oh, poor me. We've all done it. I'm not judging you. I've done it. But it's time to stop. Stand in your power. Look at the cards that are surrounding this spread. The Hierophant. It doesn't get more powerful than that, apart from the Emperor. But the Emperor, again, is all about, it's about material wealth and tangibility. The Hierophant is supreme. And the Queen of Wands, again. If you compare all the queens in the deck, so there's the Queen of Swords, who is the queen of cutting things out and, you know, this doesn't serve me, that doesn't serve me, off with their heads. She's a very cunning, kind of cruel queen. The Queen of Cups is watery. You know, oh, I want to nurture you, I want to love you, which is great. But then you need to have balance. The Queen of Cups is not balanced. Then there's the Queen of Pentacles. I like her too. She's a very stable, grounded queen. And she, again, looks after herself and her structure. But the Queen of Wands has a bit of everything. She's fun, she's passionate, she's creative, she's powerful, and she doesn't let anyone mess with her. Be the Queen of Wands or be the Hierophant. No gender in the tarot. Okay. I think I am... the cards are proving me wrong. I think everything is connected. Okay, let's see what else. Now the Stalker. The Page of Swords. This is either you or it is somebody you know. If it's you, stop stalking. It's not going to help you. If you want to have a conversation, pick up the phone, make that call. This is the sign you need. Make that call. But if it's not you, then it is, again, I hate to be generic, but the Six of Cups talks about the past. Boop, sorry, low power mode. Anyway, the Six of Cups talks about the past. It talks about somebody coming back in. So if you are hoping for an extra return, this is a sign. If you don't want that extra return, well, I don't think there's anything you can do about it because they're coming back, most likely. And there's a lot of stalking going on. So you might want to shut that down if it's not something you want. Excuse me, sip. Maybe it all ties in together. Maybe this person is the one who either you shut out or shut you out. Either way, there was a lot of pain. But that's our card. Now, since these cards are deeper than anyone can, no one can comprehend how deep these cards are, to be very frank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this out from the book and see what it says. So, opportunity allied with readiness. The awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey. Someone Spirit wants to bring into your life or back into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Have you guys been seeing repeating numbers? 1111, 222, you know, those are signs from the universe. They're not random. So keep a lookout for those signs. And they're also called angel numbers, synchronicities and angel numbers. So if you're seeing any particular number very frequently, a repeating number that is, Google it, find out what it means. Okay. Another cut. I'm sorry, guys. One of my dogs had to be let out again. Yes, so we were talking about synchronicities. Keep a track of the numbers you've been seeing, and also write down the meanings. There are lots of websites that have angel number and synchronistic meanings. So write down what they mean and see how often you are noticing those numbers, because the universe is there to guide you through these numbers as well as all the other signs that we see on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, so serendipity. I don't know if this person who hurt you, I don't know if meeting this particular person was, I don't know if it felt like destiny or it felt like fate, but it was. I don't think this was planned. But then again, encounters usually aren't planned. But this was meant to happen. Okay, and I know you're gonna wonder why I'm saying you were meant to get hurt. Maybe you were. Maybe there was a lesson that had to be learned. Okay, so find out what that lesson is and make sure you're learning it correctly, because if you don't, the cycle will keep continuing. So if you feel that this is something that completely transformed you as an individual, maybe it was for the better. Maybe this was something that really needed to happen for you. And if this person is coming back and you don't want them to be a part of your life anymore, be upfront. Okay? And if you're hoping for someone to kind of accept an apology, maybe this is flipped. Energies can always be flipped in the tarot, so take it how it resonates. If you think that you have hurt somebody terribly, then I suggest go ahead and make that apology. Whether it is accepted or not, that's up to the other person. But karma, do the right thing. Even if you've done something wrong, step up, try and make it right. Okay? So, yep, as again, this was a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If you feel there's somebody else who's going through a situation like this, please share this with them. And it is a timeless reading. So whenever you find it is when you're meant to find it. Yep, that's all we have. And yeah, that's all I have. Have a great day, everybody. See you soon.